What's up, everybody? It is March 10th,
yes, it is.
2022, and welcome back to the SouthPoint Podcast Live. My name is Carlos Tello, and welcome everyone to episode 39.
39, that's one away from 40.
All right. We're almost there. We're almost there. Back with me today, Pastor Craig Wendel, our next generation pastor, Carson Kreuger.
What's up?
Jason Burton's in the house.
Yeah.
Producer Katie.
Hello.
And my lovely wife is over here helping us out on all social media.
Everybody got a title but Jason. Did you notice that? Everybody. All the way around. Even Jackie got wife.
Do I need him?
Jason just got Jason.
Yep.
You know.
That's all I ever get. That's okay. I don't have to have titles. I know my importance.
Ooh. Wow.
Jason is a little snarky
There's
today.
A little
Yeah.
bit of
Bring in
salty.
the snark.
Bring in the
You had your
snark.
coffee today. Have you?
I've had
Did you have?
my fair share of coffee
That might be the
and
problem.
water
And water.
and other things.
Are you still
Let's
on, like,
be
a liquid
honest.
diet?
Is
Yeah.
the problem your current food situation?
No, it's not that at
Oh,
all.
are we still doing? Are you still doing this?
I am.
You want to tell everybody what you're doing, just so they know why
No,
you're so
I really
grumpy
don't.
today?
I've
He's not
had this
proud
con-
of it, but he's
I've
doing
had
it.
this conversation way more times than I ever wanted to.
No, I really don't want to talk about it.
I don't want to say anything.
That's
I'm
like
fine.
one of the old school unspoken requests. You know, you're on a podcast, but I don't want to talk about it.
That's right.
Unspoken request. Then why are you talking?
Forget giving out information.
I'm not. You asked the question.
Okay, fine.
Wow. Let's move on to the next.
Yeah, just
segment.
move on. Wow.
Wow. Well, how
Read
are
the
you-
room, Craig.
How are you two doing,
Dude,
we already
I'm
know
doing-
what this side over here is doing.
I'm
I'm
good.
doing really good. I'm excited.
Hey, tell him. Can you just tell him like a little bit about last
Uh-oh.
night? And
Yeah.
How
Oh,
many
okay,
and all
awesome.
that?
Yes.
Yeah, so we had 90 students last night,
Holy
which was
smokes.
a whole lot of fun. We had a lot of fun games and parties and had several of them get excited about Eagle Rock, our summer camp for high school, and Axis,
Yeah.
our middle school summer camp.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. They had so much fun playing the games. We played an awesome game called Name That Nugget, where they had to try to name the chicken nugget that came up on the screen.
Ooh.
They did not do as well as I expected.
Really?
They did not.
Really?
You mean
I
like
think
shapes
we
of
should be
They
able
had
to
the
do
shapes
that.
of them. Yeah.
I think we can. You reproduce this right now?
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Because I think we could score 100 on this.
There's
You can
no
knock us
way.
out the park.
There's no way.
I
Dude,
got this.
there's no dino
I'm a-
nugs, so you're not going to get like a freebie. In
I
there.
am a nugget.
That was the number one, man. That was the number one. All of them were like,
I'm a
"Oh my goodness,
chicken
where's
nugget
the
connoisseur."
where's the dino nugs?" I was like, "Do you realize that they come in the shape of a dino, right? Like that would have been a giveaway. You still should have put it up there." It's like, where's the challenge?
That's what
Where's
they
the
grew up on.
challenge?
That's what you can tell this new
This generation, man, they grew up with it all the time.
Of course,
Yeah.
nobody else is going to be able to see this, just us.
Just you.
You can turn.
I'll
that
turn it up
there.
there for you guys.
can
But yeah,
turn that.
man, we're doing really good. We had a really fun night. We got spring break next week.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Everybody gets a week off, and then
No, we don't.
well, I get a week off, which is excellent.
I was like,
Excellent.
No, we don't. That's like my kids every time they get a spring break or whatever. They're like, "Hey, what are we gonna do? I'm gonna go to work like I always
Yeah.
do. It has nothing to do with whether you're in school
You're
or
going to
not."
do chores.
It's like, what do you mean I got stuff to do? Yeah, you do. You just don't know it
Yes.
yet. Yeah,
Yes,
things
you
are
do.
good. Things are really good.
So you brought it up, and this is not a part of the show, and I'm going to let this go out to the fine folks joining us right now on all social media. Hey, don't forget you can join in the conversation, drop your comments and your questions, and we'll get to as many as possible. But who has the best chicken nuggets? I'm going to go ahead and put it out there while you're looking this up.
Oh, Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, I hate the line, and I've gotten to the point where I think I'm too impatient to wait in the line, so I just don't go to Chick-fil-A. But when I do,
But when you do.
they got the best nuggets.
So
I'd have to agree with that.
Yeah?
I mean, it's the traditional chicken nugget, and they do a really good grilled chicken nugget too, which is
Those are pretty good,
really good.
but it's hard to beat fried. I mean, come on, fried,
we're in the South. Everything's fried.
fried. Hey, can you deep fry a Krispy Kreme donut?
Yes,
You can.
What is that?
I'm sure
like?
there's a
This just hit my
festival.
This just hit
I'm
my
sure there's
brain.
a fair somewhere. I'm sure there's
what was
a
that word? What's the word of the day?
Insalubrious.
That's insalubrious. That's what that is.
The word of the day is insalubrious. If you're wondering what it means
unhealthy.
unhealthy,
Which is
aka a deep fried Krispy Kreme donut.
Hey, could you imagine if it was like a cream-filled Krispy Kreme donut?
No,
That was a reaction. All right. That looks so good, man. That sounds like it'd be delicious.
Hey,
Aren't they
100 points
already
whoever can
deep
spell
fried?
insalubrious on here.
Am I wrong? Aren't
No.
they already deep fried? So you're talking about refrying a
Double
deep fry.
fried.
Double fried.
Double fried.
All right, let's
All
see
of
what
it.
we got.
Ooh, what if you took the Krispy Kreme donut and then made it and then battered it again to get you like a fried chicken kind of skin on there? Mmm.
Maybe like some cinnamon or like something good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, all
I
right.
don't know.
Probably shouldn't have
Carson,
started this
you,
podcast
you didn't give
while
out
I'm hungry.
your favorite
Yep.
nugget.
Yeah, so mine's a little different because I grew up on this one, and it's not around here. So when I get to actually taste it, it becomes something kind of like bringing back child memories. But mine's White Castle.
White Castle.
White Castle chicken
From the
nuggets.
north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right off
They're
the
very-
bat, there are way too many chicken nuggets on here.
No, there's not. There's not. Okay, here we go. Let's see what you guys got. Super easy game, not hard at all.
Well, how are they going to see it?
That's what I'm saying. They can't
They
see
want
it.
to see it.
Well, yeah, they want to see it.
Do that.
Can we though?
So we want to do it like this. Okay. So I'm gonna pick one at
This is
random.
definitely the low-tech way to do this,
Yeah, here
but
we go.
it's all
right,
good.
Here we go.
We're leaning in.
Oh, that's it. That's the answer.
No, you
Whoops.
just gave everybody the
Dairy
answer.
Queen. That was Dairy
That was
Queen.
Dairy Queen.
I had it anyway.
You- One glance.
There you go. It's got a little pepper in it. You know.
It was like a
Some
Wendy's,
Wendy's.
nugget.
You got Wendy's. Burger King.
Are we choosing the restaurant? That's what we're doing?
It's restaurant.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be. It doesn't have to be a restaurant. It could be a restaurant. Just where's the name of the nugget from?
Is that? Can you make that bigger by chance?
Can I make
or
it
is-
bigger? I don't know if I
yeah.
can make it bigger. I can try to make it bigger,
What is this?
but I could try.
Arby's? I don't know.
I said Wendy's.
That's a McNugget.
Oh, that's a McDonald's. You think so?
That is,
I'm going to go with
I don't
Wendy's.
know, pretty far
No,
away.
Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No,
I'm going
definitely not.
KFC nuggets,
we're
bro.
throwing out everything here.
Okay, last call. It is actually believe it or
KFC.
not, it is Tyson's frozen.
Wow,
Chicken
that's
nuggets.
terrible.
Oh my
Well, that's where
This
Wendy's
is-
gets
that's
theirs.
terrible.
That's
Okay.
not where they get
that
there.
where
They
they
get
get
it
theirs?
fresh.
Tyson.
Have you not heard their
Tyson
commercial?
supplies everybody with chicken. Do you not know this?
That's not how that works.
I'm
Jason.
so disappointed in this
That's not
game.
how that
You know,
works.
like some Wendy's spicy nuggets are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Old school McDonald's nuggets are still.
But the
No.
McDonald's, have
God,
you ever
those
seen
are
how they
awful.
make the nuggets?
Yeah,
the
pink
Yeah, we're not
liquefied
gonna go that
chicken.
way anymore. Now, as a
And-
kid,
and
though,
they pump it in.
as a
Not as
child,
good as we thought we were.
as a child, a McNugget was end all be all,
It was also pretty much the only choice.
and they're really good
and
choice.
and it's shelf stable for at least 10 years.
Yeah, you can. Actually, I've got. There's story after story from Eagle Rock of people that have taken chicken nuggets on and kept them for the whole week. So
Ugh,
yes,
True story.
that's so
true
gross.
story.
Worst nugget, Burger King, easy.
No, they're not
Yes.
that bad.
Oh, they're terrible. They're $1.50 for a reason. For like 10.
They're rejected by all the other fast food places. Yeah, we'll pick that up.
Yeah,
and
we'll
sell
just
it.
get whatever's left over.
I've actually never had a
Oh, you're not missing
Burger
anything
King
at
chicken.
all.
I don't go to Burger King very often. I think I've been there like 3 times in my entire life.
Wow.
Just not
so
a fan.
you don't want it your way.
I do not want it my way. Just tell me what I want, and then I'll pay for it and eat it.
Apparently.
Apparently.
You
Oh,
want everything on the menu. Okay, here's my card.
Yeah. Have it your way. They did invent that, didn't they? It's their fault.
Yep.
Well, Joyride is the new series we just started this past week.
It is.
Was that y'all's thing? Did you go joyriding as a youngster? You can't
Yes.
joyride right now because it's just way too expensive.
We did.
But-
we called it cruising.
You went cruising?
Cruising, yeah.
Cruising? What was your did you have a ride that you cruised in? What
Yes.
was your ride?
Yes. 1982 Chevette.
Oh,
Ooh, that sounds nice.
that
It
does
was
sound
horrible.
really
Loser blue, but it was my car. It was my car. Loser blue.
Is that right next to Electric Slime? Is that the next one?
And
that
you
was
would
over?
crank down the windows. But I installed because this was what you did. I installed a non-factory radio
Yeah, buddy.
cassette player.
Of course.
There was no CDs.
Of course.
Cassette players
Yeah.
with the speakers in the back, pumping my jams out of my 82 Chevette. Oh, I was cool. With my mullet.
Was it
Yeah.
Oh,
was it
my
Jitterbug?
goodness.
Is that what
No,
you
it's
played?
not
Oh.
Jitterbug.
Jitterbug.
It would probably be David Lee Roth or
David Lee Roth.
yeah. Yeah. Amongst others.
You said yeah. What was your what were
Well,
you
so there was
driving?
a spot. So you said you went cruising. Did you
Mhm.
guys have a place that you went to cruise? Like that was the spot everybody went to?
Kind of. It depended what you were going for,
Uh-huh.
So if we would go downtown Flint and do I call it Main Street now, but I don't know. It's probably got a different name. But anyway, just the old brick
Yeah.
Main Street downtown Flint. We would
Yeah,
do that
so
one.
we did that in Helena. There's Cherry Street. You go around the Doughboy
Cherry Street.
statue, and then come all
That
the way
sounds
down
like
to
a good
Koski's
southern town. It
Burgers.
does.
And just make a big loop. And you did that over and over again. Then when you got tired, you'd drive into West Helena and go to Sonic, get a drink, whatever you're going to do, come back and do it again.
Do it again.
Rinse and repeat.
That sounds riveting.
Sure. It's every teen on Friday nights and Saturday nights, that's where they were.
So it's like Hernando on a Friday or Saturday
I
night.
guess.
Or do they just go to Sonic and just like camp
Well, it starts
out?
off at the Sonic, and then it moves to the Waffle House,
Okay.
like late at night, and that's when they, just like, all right, we need to go home. It's like
You haven't lived
There's
until you've
nothing
gone.
else in Hernando but Mexican food. And
That's
like,
true, man.
Hey, we got some Mexican
We
restaurants,
have more Mexican restaurants than we do churches in Hernando. So
which is saying something for this area of the
It
It
world.
really is. It really is. I think back in the day here in South Haven, anybody out there online can back me up, but it was the Sonic right here on what is now Main Street. It was just State Line back then. Goodman Road was not really Goodman Road, and people would cruise down and circle the Sonic, and I don't know where they went after that. Somebody out there could help me out, but
So did you joyride?
no, I didn't. I mean, I didn't have a car till probably after high school, so.
But part of the joyriding for us
Yeah.
was definitely rolling down the windows and blaring the music.
Yeah.
And that's where the idea for the whole series came from, was sitting around talking about, that very thing. Just
Mhm.
rolling down the windows, jamming to some music. And what would your music be?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever was popular at that time.
Beethoven.
No. No. Come on.
I'm sorry.
If anything, it was Handel.
I was gonna say, I thought you look like a handle guy. You look like a handle guy.
I have a feeling that Carson probably stole a car when joyriding at some point.
Well, I was not gonna talk about that. No, I mean, we didn't go joyriding for us. So for my generation, we came out of the back end of the recession of '08. So we were kind of like the gas is now. That's what kind of I walked into. So we didn't have any money to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And so we would all draw straws on Friday nights after the football game, and whoever drew the short straw had to take everybody across the street to the Wendy's, and we would just stay there.
street.
I'm serious. We would say, and then we would go from there, and there was like everyone hung out over by the University of Memphis on Highland when we were in college and then late high school.
Yeah.
And one guy would be the one that would drive us there and just drop us off, and we'd all bum around the University of Memphis thinking we were college students, lying about being college students, trying to find a college girl, failing miserably, and then we'd all get in the back of that car and drive back to get our cars and go home.
That's great.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't have it. I didn't enjoy joyriding until college and after college, but for me, it was like friends of I would be like, hey, there's a band playing in Atlanta this weekend. You want to go? And this would be like Thursday night. I mean, it was very spontaneous.
Spontaneous.
Yeah, there was no planning to go anywhere. We just went, and we didn't have any cares or money, so we figured that out too. That
No cares, no money.
credit cards are easy.
I guess my generation probably would have been the last of the folks that just drove around, because I mean, people still drive around now, but it's not really the thing to, like you're
Yeah.
talking about,
Yeah.
is doing the loops.
We drove around because we didn't have the internet. You had
Yeah,
3
it was-
channels on the TV and god awful cassette tapes. I mean, it was just like there wasn't a lot.
Awful.
Hey,
The
man, his
technology,
bumping.
I'm just
He was-
talking about.
You've never heard Handle till you've heard it through a cassette player.
Come on, man.
You listen to the same cassette. Like some people don't realize you literally wear out a cassette. Like
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
literally, it just I gotta get
CDs
into
would wear out too.
They
People
would.
don't know about
No,
that
do
either.
they?
They get scratched
man,
up.
They just scratched
Absolutely.
up. You'd wear
scratched
them out.
up. But I mean, if you left it in the machine and just kept it playing over and over and over
Yeah,
again,
it'll eventually get worn
Yeah,
to the
it
point
will
that
wear.
like it'll rewear, and then what'll happen? You'll be in the middle of like I don't know Maroon 5 song, and they'll be halfway through, and they just skip to the next track.
I've only heard Maroon 4.
It's not because it's Maroon 5.
Stop it.
The radio was like, that's enough of that. We're going to move on to the next thing.
Oh, there was nothing worse when your favorite song started skipping on
Oh
CD.
man, that was horrible.
That was.
And then
oh,
if you like
you
my
were
first car,
devastated.
it did not have a CD. It didn't have the CD player in the
Did you have
front.
the adapter?
It had it had it in the trunk.
Oh,
It was
Yeah.
the trunk CD player.
That's what we
And
had.
so it was like that was awful when it would start skipping, and you'd like try to go back, and then it would just be like cannot play this disc, and it
Yeah.
would skip to the next one. It was horrible.
And you had to remember the order in
You
which
had
you
to
put
remember
them
what
in,
order it was. Yes, you did.
right? Yeah.
The one I
So
want, click.
Click, click.
yeah, you
click.
had to have 6 albums worth memorized. Well, this is track number 1. No, I need track number
You had-
5 on
You
disc
had
number
the
3.
visor. Did you have the visor holder?
Yes.
with
Yes,
all
I
the-
did.
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Very good.
Oh yeah.
Proud.
We're bringing back some memories here.
Proud.
When we go on road trips, we had the minimal portable DVD players, and we had the big old like jacket with all the DVDs
Oh, yeah.
in it.
The
Oh, that was-
sleeve.
the
I had
sleeve.
a-
Those were great.
Massive thing.
Mm-hmm.
You sit there flip for days like, what am I listening to? We're spoiled now.
While you're
It's
driving,
all
by
the
the
touch
way.
of a button. It's all the touch
Pick up
of
your
a button
phone
now.
and plug it in. Not even plug it in. Just Bluetooth.
This
Just
generation.
Bluetooth it over.
It is. It's so much easier now. But yeah, back in the day, it was just flipping. I don't want to listen. It's just like picking something on Netflix. You just sit there and scroll forever. My goodness, Katie, you're spoiled now, right? You don't have to do all that.
I mainly listen to podcasts now, which was not a thing.
That's true. That's true too.
They were a thing. They just weren't popular.
Or there were radio shows.
Yeah, I mean, there were radio shows. It's just, it was the idea of
It's not the same.
the technology, but it is. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just the technology just got to the point where you could do it feasibly, right? It's like you couldn't be a DJ, 20 years ago without actually investing in CDs or albums or a plethora of music. But now you just get a phone and a Sam's Club speaker and you're ready to roll.
Rocking.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Good deal. Well, hey, it was 2 weeks ago. We had an amazing marriage summit.
We did.
That was great, right?
It was
A
awesome.
lot of people showed up. A lot of people signed up, more than we thought. Correct.
Yeah, double what we were
Double.
thinking or planning. Yeah, we ended up planning for it at the very last minute for that many people, but it was
Can you
definitely.
call it a plan if it's last minute?
What's that?
Can you call it a plan if it's last minute?
Yes, it's a plan. It's just executed very quickly. Very quickly. I had a plan. I've already done it.
So good. We had Pierre and Marlise come in, made everybody cry, or at least made me cry.
Just you. Just you.
It's
If
okay,
y'all
me
missed
too.
it, and Katie, if y'all missed Pierre and Marlise, go back and watch that last series. Well, the week 4 of the last series was Secret Ingredient.
Yep.
It was a fantastic series, by the way. I thought
Yep.
it was really, really
It
good.
was good times.
Really, really good. If you missed that, again, we have our YouTube channel to subscribe to. Go back on Facebook, check all of that out. We're going to take a minute here to talk about Celebrate Recovery, which is tonight right here at SouthPoint Church, 6:30 p.m. And from what I understand, it is testimony night. So it's also great. Celebrate Recovery is incredible, and I'm going to kind of read off here a little description of what it is.
Do they still do the pinata?
Katie, do y'all do pinatas?
What?
A pinata. Do they still do the pinata?
No.
Oh, okay.
I
go
want to
ahead.
do that.
I've never heard of one doing it. I just thought of it.
Gosh.
Go ahead.
That'd be fun.
It's last minute planning.
The last minute planner. Yeah, there we go. I can see Tim Putt just holding the rope on the other side.
Definitely.
You almost got
down.
it.
You know, that's
a
be
little,
quicker than that.
A little quicker than that.
That's the rite of passage, in the Mexican world. Once you get the chance to be the one that holds the rope, and whoa,
Oh,
you
that's
almost
it.
got it, yeah.
No. Okay,
You
sorry.
stand on the other side of the roof.
Go ahead
Anyway,
with
I'm sorry.
your.
We're
I'm
completely
the
off
one
track.
who got
Yeah,
you
so
off
you're-
track.
it's your
It was
fault.
totally me.
Hey, Celebrate Recovery is a safe place for people with all kinds of problems, from
Mhm.
alcohol and drug abuse to grief issues, overeating, gambling, sexual addictions, codependency, control issues, and everything in between. Get together to share their experiences, hope, and successes by turning their wills and lives over to their higher power, Jesus Christ.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, that sounds incredible. So,
It
hey,
is.
anybody out there who is struggling with anything, all the above,
Mm-hmm.
right?
We
If
all
you
struggle with something, so just come.
Yeah, we
it's
all
a good
do.
time.
It's a great time.
And
But
I haven't
let
been.
me
We're
just
just one
say, if
big
you
family.
struggle with all of the above, you might want to come more than once. I mean, that was a long list.
That is a long list of everything.
And that's not even everything. I mean, it's
Right.
pretty extensive.
Yeah, there's a whole
Yeah.
other description with a
Yeah.
whole lot more things that you can get more detailed into. But obviously, if
And they have step studies that meet
Right,
on
correct.
Monday nights as well.
Not yet. We're about to start a new one, so I don't know the date of
Minute
that yet.
planning.
Okay.
It's coming. It is a 12-step program, correct? That is the
Yes.
concept, though. It is still there. So, hey, folks, tonight 6:30 right here at SouthPoint Church in the Kids Point area, correct?
Mhm.
Come and visit.
Yeah.
Do
Come
it.
hang out. We have
Come
coffee
hang out.
and snacks.
Coffee and snacks.
No pinata.
Snacks.
No pinata.
No
No
pinatas,
pinatas.
but
Nope.
snacks.
Sorry, Craig.
Just clarifying, there is
There
no
is no
pinata.
Out of all the things that you could have thought that would be a part of it, a pinata's way out.
He
there.
heard celebrate and he just went with it.
That's it, Fiesta. Let's do it.
Fiesta.
That's fantastic. Did I say Fiesta?
No,
No,
My goodness.
that's just where he went, man.
you said celebrate recovery,
I did.
and I just thought it'd be fun to add a pinata. But go ahead.
Hey, well, I just talked about, we just wrapped up Secret Ingredient. Pastor Craig, did you have a good takeaway from that last series that you had? Was there one good one that you could share with
Oh
everybody?
my goodness!
I know I just put you on the spot.
Yeah, the whole thing. I enjoyed this relationship series because it wasn't just about specific. Because I've done them before where it was specifically, okay, this message is specifically for
Yes.
singles. This message is specifically for dating. This, whatever, different categories. And yes, we did one specifically for marriage, but I feel like the rest of them, well, the marriage one was specifically for marriage.
Right.
But I feel like all of them were just really good messages on relationships in general. Just in overall, no matter where you are in any kind of relationship or intimate relationship, these are tools and keys that help. Because I think COVID really messed up our social skills.
Absolutely.
Well, they put them all online.
Yep.
You know,
that's good.
you
Everything.
took all
That's
your
good.
social skills and said, now it's through one of these things, and deal with it. And we're not very good at that at all.
And people aren't their real selves.
Yeah.
They become like the term of the avatar, they become that different persona online that they are not really, because you can paint the prettiest picture every single day, every single week on social media, or you can go the exact opposite and you can jump into online fights or whatever and show that other side of you that people really didn't know about. So yeah, you're right. That's where people have gone now.
And the awkward Zoom, the first
Oh, my
Zoom
goodness,
meeting
meetings.
is just awkward. Like
You see
everybody,
like half your face.
The awkward angles of, hey, can you bring your computer out? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. All those.
and you're just sitting there staring at each other like, okay, who's doing what? It was just, we all got better at Zoom. We really, really did. But
We
those
all
first,
found out how bad our Wi-Fi was in that moment
Yeah,
too.
we did.
Because you're in the middle of that meeting and it's just like,
frozen.
you know,
And it's just like, didn't you notice that every time it would freeze on the most unflattering position?
Yeah.
It would never be like you just like full smile and excited. It'd always be like,
exactly. Yeah.
just like I don't know what's going on. Always.
I like how you naturally just turned to that Olin Mills.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it is.
You just
man.
went. hey,
That's it.
The old-
It was-
It's trustworthy.
Remember Olin Mills
Yeah.
photography?
yeah.
They always make you put your hand up and turn your head. I don't know why they do that. Jackie, why do they do that? Like you're holding your head up. Okay. Sorry.
We don't
Go
know.
ahead.
We
Go
don't
ahead, Carlos.
I don't know.
Just from pinatas to Olin Mills,
Pinatas
man.
and Old Mills. We're just all derailed. It was a great series. I actually really enjoyed when you broke down the different types of people that you might deal with. And when you were doing that, we were talking about the fools and the evils and all those. I was like literally putting people in categories that I know, like mainly like work people, but because anybody else outside of work is like here in this place. So it was like, oh yeah, I put that guy there, I put this person here, and so yeah, I thought that was fantastic. By the
Do you
way.
want to just tell names
Oh, no,
right now
no,
in case
no.
they're watching?
I'm pretty sure they know who they are.
Did you put your
I'm pretty sure they know.
did you put yourself in any of those categories?
I didn't.
Really?
I didn't, because I don't know. I don't know. I didn't think about that. That's really good to think about. I haven't thought about that.
I put myself in all three of those categories at one time or another,
Yeah.
different aspects of life. I mean, there's been times where, I'm not going to share the experience, but there was a specific time where one of our overseers said, hey, you should do this, this, and this. And I was just like, okay. But in my mind, I'm thinking, well, that doesn't really apply to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were right. It blew up. It was one of those situations that I had to fix. So that I was being a fool. That was
Right.
just absolutely foolish. And so
the
hopefully,
fool is probably the biggest one.
I think so.
It's the more of a, you can fit yourself in there, even if you think you don't. But you're like, yeah, there's part of you that's there.
I don't think there's near as many evil people
Right.
as what someone might say.
Yeah.
There are some, but I think it's that foolish category is so massive.
Absolutely.
Just me.
No, hey, you're me too.
We can be fools
We can be-
together. No, that doesn't sound good.
No. Community is what we've been talking about for forever. So these relationships are so important.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, y'all, if y'all aren't a part of a team here at SouthPoint Church, we have a thing called Plugged In.
Yep.
We're about to be on week 2, correct? Is that
Yes, we
are
are.
we on? Okay, so if you miss the first week, can you still go to second week?
Yes,
Sure.
You sure can.
Yeah. So
And you can sign up.
sign up, second service.
Yeah.
If you're not plugged in, if you're not in any kind of community here, we have groups
We have
that
groups.
you can join in. And where can they find those groups?
You can go on our website and find them. You can talk to Jonathan Ritchie. You could talk to me. We got several groups, but we're also looking to start groups. So we're looking for people that can commit to, hey, just gathering. And it's not difficult. There's nothing difficult about it other than carving out an hour of your time and saying, I'd like to hang out with some cool people.
Yep.
And do life together. Spend a few minutes talking about the sermon, how it's affecting you, what you got out of it, what you didn't get out of it, because, you know, some people don't. They're looking for more or whatever, and that's an opportunity to dive a little deeper.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's really not as difficult as people assume that it is.
Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of hoops to jump
No,
through
not a lot.
to make that happen.
Yeah, just a conversation with me or Jonathan, and, you know, we can get you started. We can resource you as well. So,
or they could talk to me, and by talking to me, I would just introduce them to you or Jonathan.
yeah,
So,
that's a middleman thing.
yes,
so
you want to
let's-
cut out the middleman.
I mean, if you're used to that, I guess, lean into it. Go
Right.
talk to him. He's just going to take you to me. Or Jonathan.
Yeah.
like a pinata.
Like a pinata. Leaning in like a pinata.
Community is such an important thing, and doing life with other people is extremely important, and it's healthy for you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can't do this alone
Yeah.
at all. You don't go through it alone. If you're going through it alone, celebrate recovery tonight at 6:30. Come on.
Look at you.
Week
Good plug.
1, just what do you say, Katie?
So good plug.
Oh yeah, you know. I'm working on it. This past week, Joyride week 1.
Whoop.
We
Yep.
are going through the book of Psalms.
Yeah, we did
Or
Psalm
is it
37.
Psalm, or is it Psalms?
It's the book of
The
Psalms.
book of Psalms.
Hitting a psalm each week.
Each psalm each week.
Yes. Last week was Psalm
Hashtag.
37.
Peace lambs.
Peace lambs.
As my wife likes to say.
Yeah, because she's so OG, she doesn't call anything, you know, like the rest of the world. She's
That was
like, that's
the-
Peace Lands, bruh.
That's the Hebrew way of spelling it.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it? I like it.
That's the Hebrew way.
She might have misspelled Psalms at one point,
Nah.
but you know,
Never.
Peace Lambs.
Never.
Nobody will ever see it again.
So we covered Psalm 37, which is my favorite, most life-altering psalm for me. And I hope some people got some stuff out of it. That was one of those messages where it was just like, this is cheaper than therapy. I'm just going to preach it again and go through it again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I really, the thing that every time I study it and teach it, I learn something new. Like the meaning of that word, the Hebrew word, which I butchered because I don't do Hebrew very much, but the word for wait, that it really, the definition of it is that internal twisting frustration, and yet it's translated all the time from Hebrew as wait. And it's just, I think they had a much better view of waiting than we do. You know, the Hebrew language is very pictorial. It's very pictorial. And so one word has a lot of depth and meaning.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good word for wait. You know, just a picture of that internal struggle. I got that a lot.
Wow.
Well, you think of like the Wailing Wall and how for years and years they'll go and they'll take that single prayer forever and forever. And it is that, I mean, some of them are praying, some of them are violently yelling, they're crying, and it is that tearing up inside of you for years on something. And it's so cool, you're right, that we don't do that. We as in this culture, we don't take time to wait and slow down and give God time and give life time to catch up. So
This is so good.
Okay, that is
Can't
my
beat live
ringtone.
for
Sorry.
everything.
that
Okay.
was awesome.
Sorry about that.
That was so cool. Jason, you hit the note and
I did.
everything.
I did.
Gosh.
I got
It's amazing.
skills.
Jason's good like that. Good like that. Do you struggle with waiting, patience?
Oh, definitely.
Never.
Yeah. Man, I like a spiritual microwave, please.
Yes.
Yeah.
Spiritual
microwave.
microwave.
Yeah, just
I want to nuke my
I need.
That is really
Yeah, I want.
No,
yeah,
that's fantastic. Yeah,
Love
it's
it.
really good.
I want to put it on a minute and a half. That's about as much as I can wait, and I need it to be hot and crispy and ready to go as it comes out. You know, but yeah, I struggle with waiting for sure.
And then I realize with my own self, you know, trying to be self-aware and all that, the more impatient I am, the more I try to manipulate the situation. I just try to lean in and make people do what I want them to do on my time frame.
Or it's I think this is what you're saying, God. Yeah, this is what you're saying, because that really, it lines up with everything. And, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
I got the quick
That'll
Holy
work.
Spirit, and that's, you can miss a lot of things in that
Are you a
moment.
patient person at all?
I am patient to an extent, but not as much. I'm not a spiritual microwave guy. I think for me, it's more of I get impatient. I'm very patient with the things happening with me, but I'm not patient with other people because I look through it through the lens of how I would react. And so my reaction to it is, let's just get over it or whatever. And it's not the same way for everybody. Just like everybody likes something different, as far as their taste, it's the same way we do with that patience. And for me, I've been working on trying to figure out a way to remember, okay, they may not go through it the way I go through it. So ask them what they're dealing with instead of assuming they just don't know what they're doing. Create a conversation and dialogue. And specifically with students, man, you can see it all the time because every student deals with something differently.
Right.
And you see them react to it, especially if they've gone through it now and they're trying to give advice to others. Sometimes it's just harsh and mean. And other times it's just very much like they just kind of blanket each other and cry. And it's cool. It's a very cool thing. But we as adults, we just kind of lose that. And we look, for me at least, I look at it through the lens of, you shouldn't be upset with this. Get over it. And that's just not how it works.
Yeah.
Not everybody's wired like me. Which is
No.
a good thing.
I agree with that.
Really good thing.
It's a good thing.
That was a good
My
statement.
thing for a long time was time. I was always looking at my watch, always in a hurry, next thing. And so one of the things I did to help me with that was I took a piece of Scotch tape and wrote God on it with an ink pen and then stuck it to the face of my watch.
Ooh.
And so every time I was in a hurry and looked down at my watch, it said God, and I had to really focus to see the time, because it made it blurry. And that helped me break the habit. And then just recently I went back to, I got an Apple Watch, and so it was the whole buzzing on the wrist and all that thing. And I realized that I had gone back to not being aware of the person I'm talking to because now somebody has the right to interrupt when I didn't invite them into the conversation. But I'm doing this, and I'm like, and I just realized I was like, what are you doing, Craig? You're going right back to what you were before. So I went back to to inspire my son, I gave him my Apple Watch, and I just
There
went
we
back
go.
to
There it
analog.
is.
Look at that.
There
Look at
it
that
is.
inspiration.
Way to pass that on.
Way to inspire.
You screw up your schedule in a relationship with the Lord, Noah. I'm going to go analog.
That's Carson's problem now. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Figure it out,
Hey, what are
Carson.
you doing? I'm just looking at something. I'm almost there.
We have anybody commenting out there online? You talked about. We'll go back to you just a second. We talked about feed on his. Well, you talked about feed on his faithfulness.
Yeah.
And
Did you
that's
say feet?
feed.
Okay.
Feed. Like nom, nom, nom. Feed.
Feed.
Just need
Yes, what about it?
Hey,
I
you-
did say that.
You did. You said that.
Actually, David said it before I said it. He wrote it in the song.
Well, David said it right.
King David.
This is what you talked about, and you told a story about getting gas and you were needing help and you were waiting. This was one of your times of waiting and not knowing.
Mm-hmm.
And I have something to go with that, and I'm not sure how much you remember, but the first time you and I actually sat down and talked, you told me that story. It was because we were in a really hard time financially. I had lost my job. Our house was flooded. We had talk about pile. We had an issue mile high. We have issues mile high, and we were encouraged to come to you and ask for help just to buy groceries. And my wife and I are when it comes to asking for help, that is something we don't do very often at all. It's just extremely difficult. You're probably all the same way.
Man.
It's tough.
Even as bad as you're struggling. And that was a point of being patient and waiting on God to do something. And it was like, well, and he was like, well, go ask for help. And had some amazing people that reached out and were like, just go talk to Craig. So you and I sat down. I don't know if you remember that.
I did not remember this. I did help you get groceries, right?
You did.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
He was thinking, where's the story going?
Well, I'm still waiting on
Wanted
that,
to
by the
call
way.
you out on a few things.
By the way,
You did. You told me that story. We were sitting, and it's not Kids Point. It wasn't Kids Point then. It was that little area. There was like a little room over there on the side, and we sat and you talked. And you told me that story about you going to fill gas, and that's the first time I heard that story. You told it this past Sunday, but that was that time for us, and we were having to just be faithful and just wait. And we were learning about tithing and things like that, and it was an extremely difficult time for us. I mean, that's tithing when you're struggling financially
Mm-hmm.
is probably the hardest thing in the entire planet.
Mhm.
Because then you're going, okay, we still have to trust the process and trust that God's going to come
Mhm.
through. And then at the same time, you're waiting on God to move and to move mountains, literal mountains, so that you can like get it out of this thing. And so, yeah, you and I did talk, and you did help us out, by the way. So,
Oh, good.
so
I'm so
I
glad.
appreciate that. But you told us that story. I'm not sure if everybody was here Sunday to hear that story, but
Did that story so it inspired you? It worked.
You got him some groceries anyway.
yeah,
All right.
buddy.
Just
yeah,
checking.
I listened.
I listened.
Are things better now?
Yeah, we're good.
You're good.
Yeah, we're good.
You
I just
know,
wanted to share that. I thought that was really good.
that's awesome.
But yeah, you know,
Anytime anybody can be inspired or learn from pain, I'm all about sharing. And I would rather learn from somebody else's pain than my own pain. As I think they call that wisdom. So anytime the funny thing going back to Fool is if I share something like that the Lord has really just taught me and shown me, and then you have, I'm going to say a younger person, but it's not always a younger person. Sometimes it's just people in general. They listen to you and it's just almost like, yeah, I'm no, and they don't learn from it, and then they have to go through the same painful
Yeah.
thing. It's just like, you're an idiot.
Yep.
Just learn from the people who have gone before you, because
yeah,
they want you we want you to do better, right?
right,
And
absolutely.
experience less pain.
Did
pain.
we have people online that were saying stuff? I kind of cut you off over there.
Jackie doesn't want to speak today. Okay, let me see. Renee Monteith said, I didn't realize I needed community in my life until I was older, and boy, I love it.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Hi, Renee, by the way. Hi.
Hi, Renee.
Hi.
Eva said, good analogy, Jason.
Way to go, Jason.
job.
Which one?
Which,
Yeah.
which one?
One point for Jason.
Yes.
I know I do them all the time.
I'm weaning. I'm weaning.
I mean, I don't know that I need to be proud of that, but my microwave faith.
Microwave faith.
Chris Pierce said, I'm really impatient, especially in the fast lane.
Oh, you and me both. You
Especially
and me
when
both.
they go like 10 miles below the speed limit.
Yeah, I was on the way to the office today. I'm in the passing lane behind a semi
Ugh, that's the
who was
worst.
only doing 60 in the passing lane next to another semi doing 60 in the passing lane. So to keep my sanctification, I went on the shoulder and passed. No, I didn't do that. I
Let's
did
say-
not do that.
I don't know if that's how that works.
I waited. Namaste. Whatever that means.
to keep your sanctification.
I had to pass on
If
the
only.
shoulder, officer.
Right.
I just had to
Had to.
maintain my Christianity.
It's okay. I'm a pastor. It's all right. It's all right.
Dude, if that ever happens, you got to go with that line, and then you just got to put the film on and just watch it. Just watch it and be like, sir, step out of the car.
Week 2 is coming up this coming Sunday. What can we look forward to this coming Sunday?
You can look forward to the one and only, the illustrious, the aloof
The
aloof.
That's a good way to describe it.
Carson the Kreuger. He's bringing a word, and you're talking about Psalm 100, right?
Psalm 100. Absolutely.
It'll be good.
It will be good.
Can you give us just like 15 seconds? Oh, let's see if you can do this.
15 seconds.
We're gonna time
Wait a
it.
minute.
We're gonna time
Yeah.
it. Just tell me when you're ready.
15 seconds.
Tell me when you're ready.
To explain, to give us the overview. Ready?
Okay.
On your mark, get set, go.
There is a soundtrack for your life in the book of Psalms, and if you give your chance to God to find it, you will find that song for you.
Time. Actually, that was only 10
Yeah,
seconds.
that was only 10 seconds.
Look at that. He's trying to cut me off. No, I mean, I truly believe, I was telling Craig this, I truly believe that there is a song, there's a psalm for you. There's just one that sticks with you through your life, and Psalm 100 is that for me. And through every aspect of my life, it's been there. And so I hope you guys have that song and that psalm. If you don't, then I encourage you, find it. And that's kind of what I want to share, is why this psalm means so much to me, because it is the soundtrack. It's on repeat every day at some point or another. So,
You know what I don't like about the Psalms?
oh gosh,
Do tell.
I can't imagine.
No, I don't. I know there's songs, right, from way back in the day.
Yeah.
But I really struggle when modern bands put a psalm to music.
Oh, and it's just bad.
It just seems. It always seems to be
they're
bad.
bad.
It's just kind of like, Do you don't feel that way from the look on your face, or you've never experienced?
Are you talking like the entire psalm or some specific
They take
thing
out-
out
No,
of the
the
psalm?
entire
The
psalm.
entire psalm.
Like
I
they.
can see that because
No, there's some great one-liners and stuff from psalms
Yeah.
that are enfolded in the music. Totally
Right.
cool.
right.
But now and then you hear someone like Phil Keaggy or somebody. Is he still living? Phil Keaggy? Phil, if you're listening, I'm sorry.
I'm still
But
here.
they do like the whole psalm, and it's just it doesn't flow because the English from the Hebrew. I'm
Yeah.
sure it was beautiful and
Yeah.
rhymed and all that stuff in Hebrew, but English it just kind of loses.
They
It.
didn't translate well enough in song.
It's just rough.
He is alive. He's 70.
He is. He's alive. He's alive. He's alive forevermore. He is risen.
You went like
He's Phil
Irish for
Keaggy.
just a little bit.
Just
like,
a minute.
Just a little bit of the Irish kind of
Oh,
slipped
sorry.
into his singing. But I agree with you on that. I think because there are songs that are the entire psalm, and I put those in the same category as songs that repeat the same line 10 plus times. They just get into a moment where it's like, I agree with you, in the Hebrew language and how it's meant to be sung, it's probably beautiful.
Probably so.
But because of the way it's translated, it just doesn't make sense. I don't think to us. But it's the same way in other cultures. If we took something that's so Americanized and we showed it to people that were from other cultures, they wouldn't probably get it either. And so I think it's just remembering the time frame of it, and don't mess with the Psalms. Just don't do it.
But the Psalms are awesome.
They are.
I'm not slamming them
No,
at all.
nobody's-
It's just
yeah.
the music thing.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Psalm? Do you have one?
I have several. 150 is one
Long.
of my. Huh?
Long.
It is, but it's one of my favorites.
It's long.
It's one of my favorites. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's not the longest, is it? Isn't that 119?
119.
119.
Yeah, that's the
pretty
one that
long.
goes
Yeah.
through about half the Bible, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
really long. That's yeah.
Yep.
I was thinking 150 was 119.
No.
My
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
My bad. I'll take
150
that's
is
on
not-
me, bro.
It's
It's somewhere over there.
it's
right?
somewhere, but it's not long. Yeah, 46 is a good one, I think. Yeah, it's really hard to nail it down to say, because it really does go with, I believe, a season of your life.
Mhm.
That's a significant one for you because that was a very significant part of your life.
For
there.
sure.
And, I don't know that I have one that ties to some specific, that was a turning point in my life, but I do have those that spoke to me more during specific things.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, Psalm 91 is another good one.
Mm-hmm.
If you're
Yep.
struggling, if you're out there listening or watching and you're struggling and you feel like your life is falling apart, turn to Psalm 91. If you don't remember that, 911. Get it, 911. It's emergency. Anyway, that's a really good one. Isn't that the whole cover you and love on you
You're
and I
singing
got
to
you,
it,
bro?
but you don't know if it.
No, I am. I do
Somebody
know what it
fact
says.
check.
That
me
reminds
quick.
me. That reminds me of the Tim Hawkins story where he was talking about how his bit was that people were asking for what his favorite scripture was, and he would just wrote something random, and he didn't know what it was. And it was something completely off the wall he shouldn't have said. That's so funny. Oh goodness!
Whoever
gracious.
dwells in the
Hey,
shelter
if you're
will rest in the
actually, I would recommend. I'm not sure a lot of people like Shane and Shane, but Shane and Shane do a lot of psalm. They have 2 records that are about psalm. They actually more than that probably, but they have several songs they've written of the psalms.
So did they write them or they just took them from Psalms?
Well, they took them. They were not the full.
They
They're not
stole
like
them.
the entire psalm, but they took the elements
They
out.
took the main thing.
They took the.
Is it
the
good?
stuff? Yeah. Oh yeah, they're good.
Is it really, or are you
Yeah.
just saying that because you're being recorded?
No, I'm a big fan of Shane and Shane, so I would say they're really good. But
Okay, cool.
my wife could. Yeah.
Jackie,
Yeah,
I approve.
They're good. They're good. I'm gonna read this comment on Facebook that I'm looking at right here. Miss Ava says Psalm 100 was the first scripture I ever memorized as a child. The Sunday school teacher taught it to us as a song to sing.
Mhm.
So there you
That's
go.
really cool.
That's very
Yeah.
cool. That was my experience too.
Was
Was learning it as a kid, and it took me going through life to learn its significance more for me. So,
That's good stuff.
mm-hmm.
All right. So the rest of the series, we're going to go through Psalms. And
We
some
are.
other
So
stuff.
the next week after Carson, I'm going to be speaking on Psalm 1. Going to go.
All right.
All the way back to
y'all
1.
folks write these down so y'all can get to reading.
Yeah. Well, that's the only one I have so far.
Okay.
Actually, that's not true. It's just I've already started researching for that one. I have the other ones written down on my iPad, but I'm not going to tell you. But
That's
next
fine.
Sunday, Psalm 100.
Yep.
Sunday after that, Psalm 1. And then, man,
9
Show
o'clock.
up and see what's up.
10:15.
Yeah.
Y'all be here. Also, we have prayer on Saturdays.
we do.
Yeah, we do.
Y'all come be a part of it.
9.
9
9
o'clock on Saturday mornings. It is a really, really good time. Even if you can't make everyone, come to one a month.
Yeah. We do it every
Or every week.
Saturday.
Unless
We're
it's
praying for
a
you.
special event, like a marriage summit or something.
And the other
Or
thing
here.
that people could do, even if they can't make it, if they have prayer requests that they want to
Mm-hmm.
text in or message on Facebook or whatever, they're
Yeah.
more than welcome to do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we'll
For
pray
sure.
for those things.
Do we have a text number that we know of off the top of our head? Or
Not off the top of my head,
Okay.
but we do have on the app.
On the app.
You can
Yeah,
go to
download
the,
the
app
SouthPoint
and,
app.
Yeah, you can put prayer requests in there, and it
That's awesome.
goes to Mr. Jonathan Ritchie
Yep.
and Stephanie Dodd.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we got incredible people out there ready to pray for you guys. So anything that you needed, even if it's unspoken,
Mm-hmm.
bring it. We will pray for you as well.
You're bringing back memories of growing up with people always saying unspoken.
Yeah.
Do you have any prayer requests? Unspoken.
Unspoken.
Then why are you speaking? Well, the Lord knows. He does. You're correct. But then why are you even taking up air right now saying unspoken? That just always bothered me.
Did it?
Because it's like your family. These are the people that you're supposed to be able to
Yeah.
share. So if you don't want to share, then
Don't share.
just don't share. The Lord knows.
It was
Yes, he
always
does.
like a
Sorry.
youth,
That was
it was
pet
always a
peeve.
youth group thing or something. Pet peeve.
That's my pet peeve. I only have one.
You know, okay, if we're gonna go on pet peeves in church, the one that I used to really, really despise was like we're gonna go in a circle and everybody's gonna pray.
Oh.
So by the time, say you're in the middle or
round
the
robin.
end,
We call that round
round
robin.
robin. So by the time it comes all the way to you, everything's already been prayed for.
Yeah.
That's when you're the closer, you just say amen. and
Amen.
close it out. That's
Oh
what
my
we do.
goodness.
That's when you
Or-
just pray in tongues. And even if you don't
No,
know how, just
that's
make it
not-
up. You just make it up.
Everybody starts freaking out like he's having a stroke.
Well, it became a competition because then the one person would like pray a little bit longer, and then the next person would be like, "Oh, okay."
Mm.
Oh,
Okay.
I was all about brevity.
brevity.
Yes.
Wow.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet.
Sometimes you lean in and say, I have nothing to add to this, and then squeeze the hand next
Yeah, you
to
just
you.
Yeah, you
or the
squeeze
quick
the hand.
squeeze.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they squeeze
That
your hand,
was
you squeeze real
worse.
quick. Just,
That
like
was
pass
worse
it
when you
on.
were holding hands.
It's like a wave.
Yeah, that was where you were holding hands. It got all sweaty and stuff.
Oh, my goodness.
And then you feel unspiritual if you let go, like you broke the chain, like the Holy Ghost can't go around. Just
You're like, oh, excuse me. You're like
See-
trying to act like you're scratching your nose or
gotta see.
something.
Hey, here, you guys just hold hands.
You lean back.
My goodness. Growing up church was fun.
Grown up church.
Growing
Growing
up. Church.
up
Growing
church.
up in
I thought you
church.
said grown up church.
Well,
I'm
grown
like,
up church.
okay,
Yeah,
that's
same thing. Yeah, same thing. Awkward stuff. That's always fun.
Awkward
stuff. Hey, what are you guys loving?
Mm.
I don't know if I'm loving yet. I'm enjoying the
Okay.
new book by Ian Crone, Mr. Enneagram dude who wrote Road Back to You. And then this one is, I don't know. I found a new road. I don't know.
Road back to you, and I found a new road.
I found you. Didn't like you. Found
Going back
another
to a new
road. No, but I don't remember the name of it. But the author's name is Ian Crone. It's so far it's pretty decent. You know, I'm on
Tim
page
Putt said
28.
he's loving serving in this church.
Tim Putt, we love you serving in this church. By golly. So I'm loving that book. I'm loving people coming back to church.
Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
It's
Yes.
been, there's been certain families, and I'll see them on Sunday, and I'll say, "Oh my goodness, I've missed you. How you been?" And they're like, "Well, we've been watching online, but we've been gone for 2 years or a year and a half or whatever." And it is joy in my soul to just see them again. It's like family that you haven't seen in a long time.
Absolutely.
And I really love that because I like people's.
Yep.
What are you loving? What are you loving? What are you loving?
What am I loving?
Yeah.
Why did you skip you?
Oh, I can go.
He
That's
squeezed
fine.
the hand. Like,
That's what
bah.
it's, it's a spiritual
This
squeeze.
is not a prayer circle.
I am really, really loving my team. I have an awesome team that serves me on Wednesdays, and I seriously could not.
And you need more help too.
I do need more help, and I'll take anybody out there that wants to come hang out with some amazing people and love on some students on Wednesdays from 6 to 8:15. But man, I love my team, and I could not do what I do, and I could not be able to love on these kids here without them. So I love my team. I love having them doing life with them.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll extend that to all the volunteers here at the church.
There we go.
Because my goodness, we couldn't do a fourth of what we try to do on a Sunday without these people.
For sure.
Well, throughout the week, really, we have tons that serve in different capacities on different days, and man, that's a team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Join those teams.
Yes,
and
please.
you know that just speaks volumes to this church and the things that we can do because of the people and the way that they give up their time. So I'm loving that. I'm loving spring being right around the corner.
Oh, you can almost like feel it,
Man,
can't you?
I think
Yes.
I don't want to jinx it, but I think this is the last cold snap, right? This is it.
Friday.
We're going to speak that into
what
existence.
What did Punxsutawney Phil say? Are we
He said more women.
I think he
That's what
died.
I've been praying for.
So I think this Friday there's a chance of snow.
Yeah, 27, 37, 27
Yeah,
degrees
and
low.
the high on the next day is like 35, I think. But then it goes right back on into the 60s. I've already got my onions in
Oh yeah.
my garden, so we'll see how well they do with
Next
all this.
Wednesday
But
it's going to be like 80 degrees.
yeah,
Time
so
to open the pool.
I'm loving it. I wore shorts for the first time last week, and I was like, yeah, I can get into this.
I'm ready for summer, man.
Yeah.
All the people that are watching and listening, whichever camera I'm looking at, I don't know, and you say things like, oh, I love winter. You are the spawn of Satan. Winter is from hell.
That's a bit harsh.
I love
Is
winter.
it?
That's a bit harsh.
Exactly
I love
my
cold
point.
weather.
I do
Dude,
too.
I do.
love
Winter's
cold
horrible. Why
I
would
love,
you?
I love this. I wish we could have cold weather year round. I really do.
Me too.
You know, there's a whole land up north. You can do it.
Yeah, but Detroit
Bye.
doesn't sound that fun.
Bye. Don't let Canada hit you on the way in.
And it will.
Yeah. You guys got any Putin out here?
Miss Ava says she loves serving. That's what she's loving.
All right.
Yeah, I love serving too. It's great. I get to be a part of several teams around here at SouthPoint Church, and it's so much fun. I love it.
It's
Good
fun.
stuff.
I mean, it genuinely
really
is
is.
fun
Really
serving. I mean,
Yeah.
there is a part where even when life is going too much, you just kind of enjoy the fact that you get to be around people that
Mhm.
are still going to love on you even with the stuff you're going
Yeah.
on and just have fun. It really is cool.
Yeah.
We had a new person join the band, and this was a few weeks ago, actually a few months ago, and I'm vague for a reason because I just don't want to rat them out or whatever. But they were new to the band, and they came to rehearsal and stuff, and Katye Mangialardi, our worship leader, it's laid back, it's not intense. Some
Mhm.
churches can be
Right.
very
Yes.
intense when it comes to practice, and this person was like, is it always like this? And Kay was like, well, yeah, we get together, we have fun and stuff and
Yeah.
sing, and they're like, oh, this is not what I was expecting, and this is so much more refreshing than I ever
Yeah.
imagined, because they were part of a team at another church, and it was
not that.
not that. So
Yes.
we have fun. I guess I'm saying all that to say
Yeah.
we have fun serving. It really is enjoyable. We love what we do.
And the more the merrier.
Yes,
Yep.
we need people,
Yes, we
and it is fun to serve. And when you look at the cause, and we're asking for those prodigals to come home. It's something we've been praying for every Saturday at prayer.
Mhm.
We're talking about these people to come back to church, and that's why we serve, so that we can serve those people that are coming back into the door, whether it's coffee or you're taking care of their kids, you're taking care of their bigger kids,
Mhm.
whatever it is. If you can make somebody sound good, or if you can sing, whatever it is, or you can protect Pastor Craig for security. I mean, there's so many different areas that you can be a part of, and you can pray for people on the crosses. I get to do that too. There's just so many areas that we can do here at this church that just are for those people that are coming back into the house, or they've been away for a long time, or first timers, or 30-year atheists, whatever it might be. We've had some incredible stories here lately of people coming back to this church and coming back to Christ. So, hey, join a team if you're out there. If you're not, if if you can afford to join another team, join another team.
Yeah.
We can do it.
I'll interject.
Don't
Join-
get burned out.
Join a team,
Yes.
a team.
Yes.
Don't like go like a match and strike, and then hold it upright, and you know how fast that burns out. Don't be that, right?
Yeah.
Put yourself on a slow burn, and let's not burn out at all. So join a team, and don't
Just one.
join a whole bunch of teams.
Sorry.
Mhm.
Yeah,
broke
no,
that.
that's cool because people come and they're excited and they're like, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to be involved in all these things, and that's super good to a certain point.
Yep.
Because if
Mhm.
you do all those things and you burn yourself out, then you're no good to yourself or anybody,
Mhm.
right? And the tendency there is, I'm burned out, I'm pulling back, and you never come back, right?
That's true.
Instead of recognizing what you've done and saying, I should have done just one thing, so I'm going to pull back and I'm going to do that one thing.
Yeah.
So that's what I would suggest. Join a team.
And bring back the idea. We talked a little bit about this in our volunteer meeting,
Yeah.
where the idea of serve one, worship one
Yes.
is valid.
Do not deny yourself the worship.
Because that's why we all came. We started
Yes.
coming to church because of church, right?
Yes.
You like the community, you like the
Yes.
music, you like the speaking. You found a new family, and then we get excited about that. We serve, and then we stop doing the very thing that fed us to get us to the point to
Yes.
serve. And
Yes.
so you have to keep doing that. It's huge.
Don't turn it into a job.
Do not
Yeah.
turn it into a job.
And we talked about this. This is funny because we talked about this last night at Globe about the pressure on the outside of us. That the issue is from generations before us, we fall into this pattern of overcommitting.
Mm-hmm.
And then as we overcommit and overproduce, we burn ourselves out, and then we blame everybody else because we walked into the overcommitments and overproduction.
Mm-hmm.
So don't do it. Own
Yeah.
the fact that you can only do this and do it well. Don't do
Yeah.
1,000 things
Mediocre at best.
Yeah,
Yeah,
do things.
The three settings are burn up, burn down, and burn out.
Yeah.
We want to burn down. That's what we want to do. Like Paul said, I poured out my life like a drink offering. So we want to burn down. That's a healthy, beautiful thing just over time. You don't want to burn up because that's that, like you're saying, that flash in the pan. Oh, I'm all excited, and you just whatever.
Yeah.
And then the burnout is not properly burning down. And you have to keep, like that match you were saying, if you hold it like that, of course it's going to go down quick.
Just like that.
But if you do it properly, you can
Yeah.
burn that down the entire
All the way.
all the way to the end of the stick.
Yep.
And so, anyway, yeah,
Yep.
what he said, yeah.
What he said.
Take a Sabbath
Ooh, okay. Now,
Please.
right now.
I love my Sabbath. I love my Sabbath. Once you learn a Sabbath, I love my Sabbath.
That's good stuff. Hey, I'm loving just serving here too. That's what
Yeah.
I'm loving. Katie, what are you loving?
I mean, I got to jump on the train. Serving.
Wow, that's good stuff.
Why such a deep sigh?
Jackie,
I'm asking my wife to come over.
Jaquella.
Say what
I'll
you-
break the train.
Please do. Please do.
I'm loving the fact that next week is spring break, and then we get to break off from the hustle and flow of life and get away.
All right.
So that's
Yes.
what I'm loving.
Yeah.
So
Good
it's not
stuff.
here. It's on the horizon, so I can love it now.
Yeah,
Are
it's
you
coming.
That's
hold
a good
up?
one.
Are you leaving town? Or you
Oh,
said
yeah.
breaking? Oh, great.
Her face. He was like, "Oh yeah."
We're out.
For those that didn't see it, it was, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, we're going.
Peace
She
out.
gone.
Yeah, we're heading
We
to
gone.
Kentucky.
Nice.
We're going to go hike and visit family and
Yeah.
do all the things. So
That's
yeah.
excellent. I'm glad you guys are getting out, getting away.
I'll be thinking about y'all when I'm hiking too. It's gonna be fun. We'll be hiking.
Oh,
We'll be
that
hike
sounds
buddies on the
romantic.
other ends of the
The
country.
other end of the country.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be awesome.
So romantic.
Actually, I tell you what, I
I'm
am
thinking about
loving.
you too, buddy.
Hikers.com.
I tell you,
Hikersonly.com.
hikersonly.com. Oh my
Hikers
goodness.
only.
But then you just all it is just the trees rise up and you just see a little butterfly floating. And banjos.
Little
There's
bluebird
there's no
landing on
choir,
your
it's
shoulder.
it's
Just banjos. That is romantic.
In the
There you go.
distance, though.
In the
Yeah.
distance.
And-
Always in the
Always in the
distance.
distance.
Always in the distance. And
Keep you
pinatas.
guessing.
What's that?
And pinatas too.
And a pinata. Just one.
Just one.
You don't need to overload on pinatas. Just
That's
one.
fiesta.com. It's a
Fiesta.com.
totally different thing.
Yeah. Real quick, I'm loving the Obi-Wan Kenobi trailer dropped yesterday.
Bro.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so
Dude.
good.
Have you Ewan looks
was
really
so
good.
good.
Ewan McGregor looks so good.
Are you calling him Ewan?
Ewan McGregor?
It's Ewan.
Ewan McGregor. I also say Nutella, so can we hold
Yeah, he
up for a
does.
minute?
He does
Ooh.
pronounce everything.
Ooh, and
So He looks great as old Obi-Wan.
Yes.
I thought they would have aged him even more,
I think I'm gonna get there.
but you think they're gonna like really drag it?
yeah,
Okay, I'm
it's gonna
excited.
be good.
Inquisitors looked really
It
cool.
was fantastic.
It
All
looks
of it.
awesome.
All of it.
I'm ready.
The Batman's good too. I don't recommend it. If you're a long movie guy, don't go see it. But I thought it was great.
3 hours, dude. That's a big.
It is a long
commitment.
movie, but I loved it.
It's a long.
I loved it. I don't care. Well, I love this podcast. Love you
Yeah.
all. Hope you have a great week. We'll see you Saturday at prayer, 9:00. If you're going to celebrate recovery tonight, 6:30 p.m.
Woo!
in Kids Point area. Don't miss it. And Sunday morning, 9:00, 10:15.
Yeah.
Pastor Carson Kreuger is going to be in the house.
I'll be in the house too.
You will. You will.
I'm
buddy.
looking forward to just sitting and hearing the man speak.
You get to do just church on Sunday.
I get to just do church, baby.
That's not very
I
often.
love it.
That's not
Mm.
very often.
It's not. It's not. A lot of times when Carson will speak or someone else will speak, I'm out of town
Right.
speaking somewhere else. But this is one of those weekends where it was just, I feel like he's got a great word for us for Psalm 100, and so I'm excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just get to be here and just
he
hang
gets,
out with people, man.
He gets to do the transition this week.
Hey.
I am
Yeah,
doing
buddy.
transition. It's going to be really bad because I haven't
No,
done it
no, no,
in
no, man.
so
It's gonna be
long.
Awesome.
The entire
But,
service hinges on you, just so you know.
it
You
hinges, no,
the linchpin
it
there.
hinges on Jesus.
Tim is
Okay.
asking where you're going to sit on Sunday.
Ooh.
In his
Tim,
seat.
I'm going to sit in any available seat by the time I get in there.
Yeah,
Because
buddy.
we don't save seats at
That's
South
right.
Point.
Yeah,
Why don't
buddy.
we save seats? Because we always want to leave our seat open for the one that has not yet come. And really, while I'm on my soapbox,
Come on.
if you're saving your seat and you don't want to move out of your seat, then really it's become a sacred cow. And it's amazing to think how many things we have in place that actually keep us set up to be offended. And we hold on to those. And the minute those are moved or misplaced or whatever, we get offended.
Ooh.
You ever read the book Who Moved My Cheese? That's old school book. Have you read that?
Who moved my cheese?
Have you not heard that? Oh, it's like a really old book. I say really old. It was written in the late 70s, early 80s,
Definitely not on my list.
and it's a fantastic book about we live our lives waiting to be offended.
Yeah, buddy.
And somebody moves our cheese. It's this whole little mouse thing.
That book wasn't
announced.
written in this time right now because we're in a world of offense now.
Yeah.
We are.
And we hold on to offense. We're not offended.
Everybody's
We just
cheese
hold
is
on to the
moved.
opportunity to be offended, and we're waiting.
Ooh.
And how you handle that.
Yeah.
And Jesus even said, offense is coming to your house. It's how are you going to handle it? And so, anyway, well, I
Look,
took
just
a
undo
took a
that
left
mic, drop it. and
Preach,
walk out.
preacher.
took a left turn off of saving seats. We just don't say. Honestly, we don't save seats.
Yeah.
Because when we were launching this church, going way back, we really sat down and thought about what it would be like for a new person to come to a church environment. And I mean, we tried to think through every single thing, even down to if I come in, I got a cup of coffee, and now you're giving me a bunch of paperwork. Don't put so much paperwork in the worship guide that it all falls out. You ever been handed like all of this stuff, and it's just frustrating. And so just trying to take frustrating things away from people. And so one of them was I've been, and I'm sure you all have been, to a concert or a show or a play, and you have general admission, and you work your way through the crowd, and you get up to the seat you want, and somebody has laid their jacket across to their purse. They've saved a seat.
An entire youth group has like 2
Oh,
rows.
that see,
There's
yes,
that one person holding it.
Yeah, baby.
Oh.
Seat safe.
Sorry, we got
so frustrating.
I've done.
Can't sit here.
I've done that. So
And so we want people to
I've
come
saved
in and
the
just.
seats. I'm gonna confess. I have saved.
You
the
look
seats.
like one that would save seats.
How dare you?
hey man,
I dare.
if you want those premium seats and it's GA,
That's
it's
right.
about fighting for the front. You better. You got to. It's all loving. It's all loving when the worship comes on. Before then, we throw hands for some seats.
We just want to do everything we can to elevate and honor the person that has not yet
Absolutely.
come. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Hey, thank you all for joining us today live. Thank you for your comments, and we'll be back here in a couple weeks.
Bye.